You know nothing, Jon Snow.
What if he doesn't want me to?
That's spelled D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F, Dilligaff, and this is what it means. Do I look like I give a fuck, Dilligaff? Am I being direct enough, Dilligaff? It's just another way of saying I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass, mate. And do I look like I give a fuck, Dilligaff? Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck, Dilligaff?
Good evening. What are we looking at? Looking at the Legends of Cider. Cider. Inside her. This one is hard cider. Local legend, weighing in at 5.2%. And it has Joey Cuz on the front cover. Or is that J-Dog? That might be J-Dog. Okay. Alrighty then. Put it in the E glass. Okay, well, it definitely looks like something. It's got that going for it. It smells like apple cider. Cheers. Tastes like apple cider. That's weird. Or maybe it's Sasquatch pee. Hey, I made my hat current. I don't know. Am I missing something? How did we go from Trump Biden Trump landslide victory to polls showing that if Camo Toe Harris ran, that she'd get baked even worse than Biden? And now I've got a lot of people, even people in our camp, warning that it might not be a red or a blue, red, what color is it? Red wave anymore. All I know, here, let me just throw this out there for food for thought. If there's that many stupid people in the United States of America, I guess we just don't deserve to be a country anymore. Because I can tell you that as much as people say, we will survive, I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't have another 4 years of this last go-around of bullshit in them. So much was taken out of families and businesses because such a poorly done job by the Biden administration and the deep states. Yet, let's reward the border czar with the highest seat in the land. Okay. First is Smile Money saying first. Titties. There's nothing like titties for breakfast. Ludwig says second. Ben, Rich says cheers all. And Smile Money says, just in case, bull. Ben Jolson says, we need cowbell. I'd like to, but right now Marshall's upstairs trying to sleep and to be nice. Smile Money says, I heard it as it was kicked across the floor. Good enough. Then Smile Money says, how is your blood pressure? Maybe Marshall will share some treats with you. I contemplated it, but they smell terrible. Not to say that sniffing a big bag of weed is necessarily getting most people to go, that smells good. Bad says, greetings, Captain, or should I call you Ewick? Poco says, little Ewick. Okay. Mike says, cheers all. Cheers, Mike. Smile Money says, so why are the AK magazines curved? It has to do with the way bullets in their cartridges naturally nest within the magazine. Maybe you can Smile Money a straight one. Cheapo Gun Guy says, yes, but that's what I always heard. Cartridge design.
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
And fuck Kamala Harris. Din says shots. Din, I don't want to say about right now, and watching some of the political people, like I said, even some of the ones. You know what we need? We need just to take a little relaxer. And I want to say thanks to David, because he sent me this, and if this was approved by YouTube, then why would I have a problem? I am YouTube. I am only doing a PSA and giving all credit to the lovely women who care about wanting to make sure that everybody has their breasts properly taken care of. So let's see, which is the there we go. I'm going to just move this over here for your entertainment. This comes to you from the Blonde Breasties. You know, instead of besties, it's the breasties. Ooh. And
hey guys, welcome to our breast massage tutorial. My name's Alex.
I am Sasha, and today we're going to be showing you how to massage your breasts.
In order to do so, we are going to expose the breast so you guys get a better visual representation on how to do the massage.
I'm going to get the breast out.
So breasts, I'm wearing a bodysuit so it's a little bit tricky. Once both breasts are exposed, you can hold them and then start the massage by going slowly around both breasts.
Go the whole way around, feel for any lumps and bumps.
It's really important that you massage the entire breast because it's important to get rid of any blocked milk ducts in order for better milk supply for your baby.
Once the whole way around has been massaged and it feels nice and smooth and soft, you can go towards your areola, just feel for any lumps.
yeah, you should go through that.
Make a C shape with your fingers and kind of pinch the nipple. This is going to stimulate the milk to essentially feed the baby.
Just want to give it a good thorough massage for the whole breast,
All the way around. And as you can see, some milk will start to come out. That is a good sign, and that is actually making sure that the breast massage is done right and the milk is ready for the baby.
once everything feels nice and soft and smooth and clear from any lumps, you can just pop the shirt back on.
Once our top is back on, that pretty much concludes the tutorial.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Subscribe. All content. Yeah. So, again, that is just a PSA to find any cancer, and if this is a breastfeeding woman, you have to make sure you keep them milk ducts unplugged. I mean, I have always done my best at breast care. Thank you, David. Smart Money says, it's a Pilsner, basically a mild drink that tastes a little like beer, only weaker. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Bad says, I had someone tell me their phone started saying, my apologies, I don't understand, and it reminded me of your Google. Smart Money says, PA has private beer distributors and hard liquor is only sold at state-run liquor stores. Cheapo Gun Guy says, sounds like a subsidiary of the ATF. And? Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! And fuck Kamala Harris. And then he says back to him, well, the Republicans have been trying to sell liquor stores, but they are operated with union labor. And Sharky says, sounds like Sweden and their state-owned liquor stores, anything over 4%, I think, is by law only sold by those stores. They're called System Bolget. A liquor store is easier to say. Then he says, Sharky, let's see. Smart Money says to Sharky, limited selection, limited access, higher prices, but more tax revenue. Sorry. I have to have some of my dealing with the Democratic Party offsetters. Bad. A weed treat for Marshall, a weed treat for Eric. A weed treat for Marshall, 2 weed treats for Eric. Usher Meyer says, good night, King. Good night, sir. Poco says, here and stuff. Matthew Rower says, pouring 2 beers into a mason jar is like stacking 2 slices of pizza. I'm unclear if that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, I don't see how it's a bad thing. So, along with the funny, but for the most part, useless stuff that I normally get in the comments, how are your guys' thoughts? I mean, what do you hear? I mean, I know, walking around this neighborhood, this early on, I have never seen that much pro, say, Trump stuff. For what I'm seeing in a heavily DFL city, I actually feel encouraged. I guess I've kind of gone back to, yes, is the Biden administration, the Democratic Party, and the deep state have done such an absolute miserable job. They have destroyed the southern border. They have the potential for violence and violence against Americans because they didn't do the one and most important thing that they had, and that was to protect Americans. Instead, they just basically opened the floodgate, and now we've got. It's not just Mexicans that are coming across that border. It's everything. Like, our enemies are flooding across the southern border. And people act like, oh, we have to just do this or whatever. I mean, no other country treats their border like the Biden administration. I guess I should start putting credit where credit is due. The Kamala Harris administration. She is in charge, on her one trip down to the southern border, and the entire time that she has been part of such a winning administration. I mean, I'll go on with life. I mean, the bag and tag limits, my money will just have to go up more. But in a few months from now, I just don't. From everything I've seen and heard up to this point in time, the only way that Camel Toe Harris, even if she even is the final decision, it got a little bit more cemented, or part of some plan to make you look over here. Well, happens to Harris or something over here was the Obama's coronation. Kissing, letting Camel Toe kiss the ring, kind of a thing. But this country can't handle. This country isn't handling 4 years of Obama 3. I mean, Joe Biden has been absolutely nothing but a gigantic fucking puppet. And how is it that they can even claim that this fucking bitch, she's the first female black? She's not. Where is black? She doesn't have any black in her. Well, she's had a lot of black in her. I mean, technically speaking. But when she brags that she's, that she has black in her, you can't count her mouth, her ass, or her vagina. Poco. If Giggles gets in, it's fraud. Only way. Cheapo Gun Guy says, that's what I've said. He who owns the voting machine owns the elections.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And fuck Camel Toe Harris. No, I mean, I don't really give a shit. I'm at a point where, the older you get, I think the more wise and the less you give a fuck what anybody else thinks. And I really don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks, really, anymore. I personally think that they have been cheating for generations. I simply think that Trump won by such a landslide against Clinton that they just underestimated how much they needed to turn the machines up for. They forgot to run the algorithm that says that if Trump gets 1 vote, you have to register 2. There's just no way. There is no way. I still, to this moment in time, will keep on saying it. There is no way that Biden legitimately won the last election. Legitimately. And it just seems like the more time that we put since the last election, the more proof that is out there. Now, I mean, even things like the other day with this also wasn't an accident. A rollout that nukes almost all of the internet throughout the United States of America. No, like I said, I watched a guy who his specialty is this, and he says, no way, bullshit. This was some kind of a plan to see how much they could control, because they have a model that it is released into. Then if that is checking out, then they have a sector of the computers that it is rolled into to make sure that nothing shows up in a small thing. Where in the what? If this is this company should be fired immediately, and somebody else should do whatever it is, whatever CrowdStrike is doing. They should be fired immediately and have another company if this is truly on them, because they should have had it done into a test model. Then they should have had it done into a smaller market before someone just went, you know what? Let's just do it everywhere to see what happens. Kind of like Dr. Fauci, same difference. Just saying, everybody take this. And now they're talking, never mind. Again, if you feel the need, make sure that you make the decision for yourself, because it's on you. I just don't want anybody out there trying to tell me what I had to do. And guess what? It didn't work. I personally don't know. Nope. No. One. Two. But there's a bunch of more no's in here then too. Two people. And me and Christine's family that we are aware of, her father and my mother. And guess what? They're both the oldest of all of the people. Another no, and another no. Okay, so by far in my own immediate family, I could stand here, and if you list off names, I would be nope, except for Christine's dad and my mom. And it's kind of funny because they both have signed up for every fucking possibility. Are you sure there isn't a booster duper daddy booster to go with the booster? And the funny thing is both of them have had it multiple times, so you get the jab, and you won't get COVID. Yeah, what's the stories with multiple coroners all over the United States, and foreign, finding some weird stuff in dead people that had got the jab. But it seems how we're, once again, the closer you get to voting time, the more we're going to have to roll out more pandemics and stifle people's ability to communicate. So, Salty. What's naked got to do with it? What's naked but a second-hand emotion? What's naked got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be naked? And Mr. 27 says, nice naked song. And Multi-Gunman says, life is a naked highway. I want to ride naked all night long. If you're going my naked way, well, I want to drive it naked all night long. I've only left the house one time today. I moved my car from Dale's spot over to Matt's spot. Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
In Duluth, it's currently 89 degrees.
Oh, it's cooling off. Awesome. What time is it now? 2 hours ago it was 91. Jeepo Gun Guy, perhaps I want the old days back again, and they'll never come back. And I am haunted by the loving memory of them, and of the world now falling about my ears.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And fuck Kamala Harris. Cobra says F6. Did you get the memo? F6 is a previously called hit on a sunken ship. Guess it's really sunk. Mr. 27 says Super Assassin Brubomi intro. Multi-Gunman says minus the whiskey and 357 Magnums, which is very disappointing. And then he says, Mr. 27 says to Multi-Gunman, but 12 gauges, yes. Yes. Mr. 27 says, cowbell please now. Mr. 27 says, not before the whiskey. You're not. Whiskey, you're not, mister. And Mr. 27 says, yes I am. Bad says, you didn't say please. Oh, that's a good point. Mr. 27 says 28th. Multi-Gunman says, I'm here, now what? And Mr. 27 says, beer and brew babes. Or brew babes and White Claw. Zippy says, hashtag Trump Vance 2024.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And fuck Camel Toe Harris. Poco says, I need an FRT. Yeah, everybody should have one. Stormy, I hate to say it, but I think she will most likely win come November by an even bigger supposed landslide victory than Potato Head back in 2020. She just has that go along with the WEF personality that everyone seems to just love in Western society these days. Then he says, back in 2020, from what I saw, all of Minnesota voted red except for the Twin Cities, my county of Blue Earth, and I want to say whatever St. Louis or St. Cloud is located. Problem is I think that's the problem, is the population of Minneapolis and St. Paul is got to be pretty close to the rest of everybody in the state. The problem is it's where the most gullible voters all live too. I mean, it's not like you get up into the Iron Range where there's actual work going on that you get a certain sect of our society. So they're working real hard now to get a whole square put aside for George Floyd. You know, the convicted drug felon, a woman beater, who had a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. Yeah, you know. Isn't this just more proof of how stupid people actually are? George Floyd was possibly at the top of the list, especially, say, that day, of anybody that deserved to no longer have life in him in the state of Minnesota. And yet, here's an opportunity to burn cities down all over the world. We celebrate hey, that's weird. They're celebrating a convicted felon. Huh. District 27, yes. A 7.62 by 39 magazine has to have that much of a curve to feed cartridges without jamming, Mr. Brubomi. Then it's a stupid design. EMT says, dumbass 9. And the button now dedicated, he says the button for Camo Toe.
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
D9 is a hit. Tom says, once the government starts a new bureau or entitlement program, it never goes away. Same can be said for any new tax. Oh, definitely. I mean, after all, that tax was just started so that we could support the war efforts. Tom says, my pronouns are he, him, his. My pronouns are fuck you. Sharky, in an ideal world where pricing and availability weren't the thing, I'd go for a 7 or 9-inch AR and 300 blackout with a suppressor. Else, I would defeat the entire point of the round versus 760 by 39 and an AR frame. Also, the capability of subsonic and supersonic 300 blackout rounds would be, read more button, would be a nice thing. It's there for a reason. And yes, 760 by 39 mags have to be the banana shaped like that. Have you ever seen the taper that cartridge has? It's like a wedge. Come on. Have you tried any? Have they tried to go straight? Do they have to? Never mind. Sharky says Charlie 5. C5 is a miss. Sharky says, Brandon Herrera and Grand Thumb already did great videos, simply debunking an AR being that accurate to reliability, just hitting someone's ear at 140 yards. Great videos to watch. I've seen Brandon's, I have not seen Grand Thumb. Nice segue though. Sharky SH, sad Minnesota sign intro. Or outro. Very sad. Jake the Canine Angel. Weed treats are a gateway drug. I know. We kind of would like Marshall to maybe seek a counselor or talk to somebody. One Sky, he says, well, or I'm assuming a he. It's a Kershaw 1840 shallot. An assisted flipper, 3.5-inch plain blade stainless frame lock. Discontinued, unfortunately. Hardly anyone takes a shallot, but everyone takes a leak. That's why you probably don't remember the name. And on that bombshell, Bad? What are your thoughts on whether or not Jim Carrey has been playing Sleepy Joe for his public appearance? Well, Jim... Hey Google, how tall is Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey is 6 feet 2 inches tall.
How tall is Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is 6 feet tall. By the way, you can refer to what you said before to avoid repeating yourself. Like, what about Joe Biden?
Fucking tell me what to do. I don't think whoever walked out after the supposed live speech was a lot more than 2 inches taller than what Biden was the previous time that you saw him and Jill together. But Jim Carrey is a useless cunt of a human that I'm sure that if they asked him, he would probably have been more than honored. I mean, if Jim Carrey blew a kiss in your face, it would smell just like Joe Biden's butthole. I'd have to rule it out because of size. And that was actually the last comment. So we should watch how to give a breast massage again. I know I've actually watched it 27 times so far. This it's drinkable. I mean, it's not too sweet. It's not too dry. Well, it's kind of funny. It sort of says that this cider is a perfect harmony of dry and sweet. .2%. Yeah, it's on the non eat. Yes, just. I guess on the non-E scale, I'd give it an 8. Okay, well, we're just gonna stick with this, and because there's only one person here right now, and that's Bad, saying evening clubbers, pop the top on a cold one, and mix up a tasty cocktail, and let's get this party started. was gonna say she kind of looks like the young version of Halle Berry, or not Halle Berry. You know. I don't know anymore. But the picture looked like it could have been an old picture, so it might have been who I think it was. Okay, cheers. Probably see you tomorrow, and if I could actually do something right, it'll be the Works from Major Peter's Bloody Mary mix at the other channel. It worked out so well last week. Cheers.